Everything looked amazing on paper in the presentation for the Motorola RAZR 2022 until they got to the part where they said it's only available in China. And that creates a very, very not fun problem because we can't get the phone. Or if you can't get the phone, I don't know about the launcher, about the language compatibility, and of course the big thing also network compatibility. Yeah, it's just going to be something we're going to have to wait and see work itself out. And I have confidence. Motorola is owned by Lenovo. Lenovo bought them out a while ago, basically after Google took all of their engineering and patent department and then got rid of the rest of Motorola. Lenovo bought it up. Well, Lenovo makes a lot of global products. I'm actually reviewing a Lenovo laptop right now. The Motorola brand, it's been kind of like a ping pong ball the last couple of years, but by and large, I think the consensus is they've been making better phones, better quality hardware, better cameras. They've made a lot of improvements. That showed up big time when it came to this phone. Better screen, 144 hertz refresh rate, the fastest refresh rate of any foldable. 50 megapixel camera. It's got 2 cameras now on the outside instead of 1. Also, you got 8 gigs of RAM to start off with, 128 gigabytes of storage. You can get up to 12 gigs of RAM, which is also nice. And you've got the much larger screen on the outside, which you can actually do things like reply to messages, type messages, watch YouTube videos. There's a lot of things you can do with it. That's one thing I really loved about the RAZR 5G. You had the ability to use that stuff. You could actually use the exterior screen instead of it just being a notification hub, which, yes, the Z Flip 4 has changed things a little bit, smart replies, a couple other things, but by and large, I made a video about this not too long ago saying that the RAZR will win in the experience department, and I stand by that statement. I look forward to when I can get one of these. And my guess is probably in the next month or two we'll hear something about global launch and release. There's no way this phone is not going to be launched outside of China. I mean, one, Motorola launches all their other phones basically, at least the mainstream ones outside of China. They're here in the US. You can get them lots of places. You can order them from Amazon. You can get them at Best Buy. You got the Motorola One series, the Edge series, the G Stylus. There's a lot of different ones that people like. So they went back to the drawing board with this. The Motorola RAZR 2022, I wish they would have called it the RAZR 3, revolutionized this phone, much like the Z Flip 5G to the Z Flip 3. There was a huge update. Remember, we got stereo speakers, 120 hertz, IPX8, better 5G, more durable screen, thinner hinge. I mean, so many different things that they changed. So that's basically what happened here. All the things I said we needed, bigger battery, better battery life, better cameras, larger screen. They basically reinvented the phone. And it now has a 6.7 inch screen on it, which is a lot bigger than we had before. And you got a better quality screen, 144. I mean, the list goes on and on. Just the whole crux of the matter is you can't buy one here in the United States or in the UK or in Europe. I mean, there's just so many places you can't get it. So I think this is the first part of their strategy. And this is not the first company I've seen do this. Enter stage right, OnePlus. Whenever the OnePlus 10 Pro came out, it wasn't available in the United States. It launched first over in China. And it actually, I think, did okay over there. And then a few months later, we got the global launch. Like they announced it, I think, December, if I remember correctly, of last year. And then around March time frame, it ended up in the US. So my thought process here probably has something to do with distribution or shipping or manufacturing. They probably had to put a kibosh on this. Originally, if you remember, they were supposed to launch, I think it was on the 2nd or the 3rd of August. It was supposed to launch basically over a week before the Z Flip 4 was going to be announced. And that didn't happen. And then they had to push it back to the day after. And then, ta-da, it's only going to be available in China. So I think logistically they might be having some problems. I don't know if it's a supply chain issue, a hardware issue, a distribution issue, a supplier issue, a carrier issue. There could be so many different things, and they probably just need to get their ducks in a row. So my guess is probably in a couple of months, we'll hear about it and it'll start rolling out, and then we'll be able to get our hands on one. And this one definitely, to me, looks way better. And the other big thing is price. And if you look at the equivalent of what the lowest introductory model, the 8GB 128, I think it's about $890 US is what the conversion is, or maybe slightly over $900. It comes in cheaper than the Z Flip 4, and it's got the Snapdragon 8 Plus Generation 1. So now you've got competitive hardware across the board on both of the phones, and they both have something unique to bring to the table, and we have true competition in the flip phone department here in the US, which we don't have in the fold department. Well, we will once it gets here anyway with the RAZR. So I'm excited about it. kind of in the wait and see mode. I can understand some people wanting to wait and not get the Z Flip 4. The Z Flip 4 also not being all that much inspiring. The only reason that I recommend upgrading from the Z Flip 3 to the Z Flip 4 is because you can do it for 99 bucks. If you own a Z Flip 3, you can trade it in to Samsung and get it for $99. And then also I've got a link in the description that's good during the pre-order phase. It goes up until launch. If you click on that and go there, they give you $100 in Samsung credit, which you can use for a case or whatever. I used it for mine to get the leather case, which is like 80 bucks. And I got to tell you, the Samsung leather case, I had it for the Z Flip 5G, probably just about equal with the best leather case I've ever had on a phone, and it really made for a nice experience. So I got that for free, and then I paid like the $100 plus tax. So, or the $99 plus tax anyway. So yeah, it's insane that Samsung does that, and that makes it really hard for Motorola to compete. Motorola has to find some way to get into US carriers and has to find a way to do trade-in deals. Because if they don't do that, not a lot of people are going to be chunking out $800 and something, $900 and something dollars to get their hands on one of these phones, even if it is better. Because people are going to look at it and go, well, Samsung has better support, they have more updates, and there are other things they have going for it. And I'm sure sales forces will find a way to get these in people's pockets. I know somebody told me over at AT&T, you could go trade in basically any Samsung phone. They said they traded in a Samsung Galaxy, I think S7, and AT&T's given them $1,000 towards the Z Flip 4. That's insane. Motorola can't compete with that. So it's just, Samsung will always find ways to edge out pretty much any competitor because they're so big, they've got so much money, so many resources. But Motorola, on paper, and from what I've seen in the videos, it looks like a better phone, and I really want one. And I know a lot of other people want one too. So we're just going to have to sit around and keep our eyes on this one and see what happens with the phone. But I will for sure get one as soon as I can possibly get it. And that was another frustrating thing, a last minute thing with the Nothing phone. The Nothing Phone 1, we thought it was going to come to the US the whole time, and then when it finally launched, poof, no US availability. So I don't know if there's something going on in the Chinese industry with the phones right now and trying to get them onto US shores. Who knows? We may never know. I'm just going to wait and see. I will buy one as soon as I can get my hands on one, and I will cover it for the channel. Likely not going to try and import a Chinese one because they're crazy expensive. I wanted to do that with the Nothing phone, $399 phone, and the cheapest I could find one to import on eBay was like $700-800 bucks. I'm not paying 2 to 3 times the amount of what it costs to actually get the phone and then probably have compatibility issues. So I'll wait. I'm almost certain that eventually, probably in the next couple of months, we'll get an announcement on this, and then we can get a RAZR phone and be happy. But that's all I got in this video. What do you think? Did you see anything on it? Were you inspired by it? Is it an interesting looking phone? Do you think that it's a better pickup than the Z Flip 4? We'll talk about it. So that's it. If you have any questions or comments, please go down to the comment section. I will get back with you. If you enjoyed the video, please hit the like and the subscribe button and the little notification bell if you want updates when new videos come out. And as always, thanks for being here. I appreciate you watching, and I'll see you guys next time.